Hey, you guys, how's it going? It's been a minute since I've been on here to tell you all about my weight loss journey, giving you all an update of what's been happening with me while I've been on Zepbound. So the last video that I did was approximately maybe the first week of July, and we are on the last week of August. So I'm off today, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump online, give you all an update what's been happening with me. So first of all, I hope all of you all have been doing well this summer. We've had a lot of things going on in our nation, a lot of things that have been like super crazy. But I'm hoping that you all are doing well in regards to your, not only just physically, but also mentally too. So that's first thing first. Secondly, I've been doing very, very well with using Zepbound. I just had like an annual physical with my physician, and she says I've been doing very good. She's going to keep me on the 12.5 milligrams. I could move up, but at this particular point while I'm using it, I want to make sure that my body is still able to handle it. You know, I usually put in either in the title or the description of my videos that I do suffer from hypothyroidism, and I also suffer through having GERD, which is um, like an esophageal, like gastric disease that's, you know, dealing with acid reflux, but it's not just a regular acid reflux, you know. So I really have a lot of medication I have to take with that just to make sure that my body is able to function with having this excessive amount of acid reflux. But yeah, but everything has been going well. Blood pressure was doing well also. So yeah, that was pretty exciting. Between the last time that I talked to you all and now, I have lost approximately 5 pounds. So that's still pretty good. You know, I'm losing it slowly, and that's fine. But the main thing is just making sure that I continue to keep losing weight. I actually told my husband that I'm going to give myself a goal of losing an additional 25 pounds by the end of the year. So I know I can do it. I wanted to set a goal that wasn't too difficult for me to accomplish, but also still be like a kind of like a lofty goal. So I'm pretty excited about that. So, you know, September 1st is Monday. So I'm really going to be, you know, really going in with what I'm eating, how much I'm eating, and also my exercise. So speaking of, I finally have gotten approved to to walk on my treadmill again. So let me tell y'all, I don't know if y'all seen my last video, but my husband and I, we moved into the new house, and this was like in May, and he's at work, I'm home, I'm putting things away, and I trip over some shoes. Now, right away, I thought it was my husband's shoes, but it was my shoes that I tripped over. Okay, so fast forward, it's a week later, we go to San Francisco for my birthday. So I turned 50, yay, yay, yay. It was great, loved it, had a great time in San Francisco. Now, we come back from San Francisco, and I'm realizing like my foot is like really hurting. Like it was sore before we went to San Francisco, but while we was there, it was bothering me. But when we got back, like my foot was like bothering me so much that like I didn't even want like the covers to touch my foot because it was like, you know, just excruciating pain. So end up going to the doctor's office and ended up doing some x-rays, and they was like, oh, you have a fractured foot. And in fact, you have like a broken, you had a broken toe on your left foot. But I was like, why y'all talking about my left foot? My right foot is the one that's hurting. Anyway, so fast forward, I ended up going to a podiatrist, and it was like, yeah, you must at some point have broken your pinky toe on your left foot, but I'm also seeing the fracture on your right foot. So they was like, oh, you're not wearing no sandals this summer. You had to be in gym shoes. You have to wear orthotics. So they ended up fitting me for orthotics. I'm today I actually put on some sandals. I shouldn't have, but I put on some sandals. But I have been wearing my gym shoes with the orthotics that are fitted for me, and they feel pretty good. So, you know, if you see a podiatrist and they tell you to wear your orthotics, wear them because it will make your feet better as well as your walking better too. So yes, so I did see a follow-up appointment with the podiatrist, and she said I can finally start walking on the treadmill. So that's what I started doing. So I am able to use my new exercise room. I can walk on the treadmill, I can do the elliptical trainer, and it felt really, really good to be able to do that, because like the last house we was at, everything was down in the basement, and it was really a mental thing for me to exercise and go down there and like, okay, I'm going to get on these machines. But now that it's in on the same floor and in its own like room, like we're literally calling it like our exercise room, I'm able to, just go in there and just feel like this is specifically for me. So that's, for those who need some encouragement, that may be something you have to do. You may not have like your own space, but sometimes you have to do things that will make you that will make you feel encouraged to do so. So yeah, so have my own room. I finally can actually use my treadmill and my elliptical trainer, and I'm telling you, this feels really, really great to be able to do that. So yeah, so that happened. But before I saw the before I saw the podiatrist and saw my doctor, I had informed my gastroenterologist that I've been having some issues like with my stomach, and I thought that, like maybe, I've lost all this weight, I've lost a total of 75 pounds. Maybe I can finally have this surgery for this hiatal hernia, and that can assist me with, not doing all this extra burping all the time, right? So went to go see the gastroenterologist, and so he's like, okay, your hiatal hernia is still there, but it's actually small, it's not big. Apparently it never had grown, it's been the same size. It's something I should be concerned about. However, it's not the biggest issue. Apparently, the biggest issue is this valve that I guess that connects the esophagus to your stomach, where that's the part that's loose, and that's how the acid is getting in there. So, for those who are following my channel and they also are experiencing GERD, and you saw GERD either in the description or in the title, or maybe there's a hashtag there, that's the issue that I'm having, is that I have this valve that's loose, and that's how the acid is getting through. Now, in relation to Zepbound, he wanted me to get a biopsy done, because he, first thing he said was, well, do you have any white blood in your family? And I was like, white blood? What are you talking about? So then he was like, well, do you have like any white ancestry in your background? So I was like, well, I am Black American, and there's a history of slavery, and there's a lot of white folks that own slaves, and yeah, there's some white ancestry in my blood, because a lot of those enslaved women were raped. So that's actually did happen in my family. So I do have some white ancestry in my blood. So he wanted to see if I had celiac disease. So they were doing this biopsy and everything. Come to find out, I did not have celiac disease, because it was like, I guess they were seeing like something extra inside of my stomach lining. So come to find out, I actually had to look at my computer. So what I actually ended up having, what they call it, H. pylori. The long name is like Helicobacter, like Helicobacter pylori. And basically it's a bacteria that sits inside your stomach. And a lot of times people may not have symptoms, but the symptoms that they do have is related to the same issues that I have with GERD. So you may get the burning in your stomach, or you feel full like right away, or you're having like this extra burping. So I had this bacteria inside of my body, not realizing that it was there, because I'm thinking it's the GERD, because it's literally like the same symptoms. So he's like, okay, so I got to put you on some antibiotics. So I was on antibiotics. I literally just finished it on Wednesday, this past Wednesday. So like 2 days ago. So I had to take like 2 different types of antibiotics to get this bacteria out of me. And so, am I feeling better? I don't know. I'm still having the same symptoms that I had, because I have GERD. So I have to go in September to do like a breath test, and that breath test apparently is supposed to show if I still have this bacteria settling in my stomach. But one of the questions that I am going to ask him is, because I'm on Zepbound, your food sits longer in your stomach. So I'm like, well, Could the bacteria have grown because I have this extra food in my tummy, that's there for, a little bit longer time, because the metabolizing the food is much slower. So I'm really wondering, like, is the Zepbound effect also what may have caused that bacteria? So that's going to be a question for me to ask him when I do see him. And I'm going to make sure I update you all. So that's something that you all should look out for too. Now, again, I see a gastroenterologist. I see him at least once a year because, again, I have all the things going on with my stomach. But with you all being on Zepbound, and again, your metabolism is slower in regards to like your food. So it may be something that you want to look into, but I'm definitely going to find out, see what he says, and I'll let you all know if that is a possible reason of how I ended up getting this bacteria. I did see also they were saying, like, you getting older. Okay, I just turned 50. But again, is my food metabolizing slower, as opposed to normally? So we'll see. But that's what had happened to me. I'm telling y'all, I always have something crazy going on with me. But yeah, so that's been my weight loss journey update so far. Again, my goal is to lose 25 pounds by the end of this year. I don't know if I actually said that before, but I'm telling you now, that's my goal, to lose 25 pounds by the end of this year. I've done a few tapings of this video. I'm telling you, when it comes down to recording and telling you all different things, the editing part is like so much fun because, like, you guys don't get to see all the things. But yeah, so again, if I did not inform you all, my goal is to lose 25 pounds by the end of 2025. I am hoping I can do it. I feel like I can because, I just did 5 pounds, and it seems like I'm doing like 5 pounds, if not within a month, at least a month and a half to 2 months is when I've been on lost like 5 pounds. One of the things that I did do this summer, my niece, she came to town with her family, and it was just so great to see her and the family. But she has, I'm going to see if I can put it up here. But she has like some photos of me and her eldest son when he's like itty bitty. Okay. And that picture of me, I'm like, I was much, much larger. And then we took a photo together when she was here. And I was like, holy crap. Like, I can definitely see the weight loss. I'm like, I'm not gaslighting myself. No one else is gaslighting me. Like, I can literally see that weight loss. So it was pretty cool to be able to see that old photo and then see myself now. And then sometimes, like, when I was looking at it and I was like, I'm not going to let this depress me. I'm not going to be like, why the hell did I allow myself to get that big? Because I had a whole bunch of things going on, and I know why I was getting that large, because I had like a lot of medical issues as well as the hypothyroidism. And I'm not using it as an excuse. That's just what was going on with me, which is why I'm so happy that I am on Zepbound, because I can say this is the one medication that has allowed me to lose weight and keep it off while I'm on it. Now, what happens when I get off of it, I don't know. I'm hearing people that are on it that once they get off, they gain the weight back. So I'm hoping that's not going to be me. I don't know if it's going to be one of those things like a friend of mine said that, if you're diabetic, you're on a medication for life, but it's keeping your sugar down, or your sugar under control. So I don't know if it's going to be a thing of that, if you're on Zepbound or a weight loss drug like that, that you're taking a pill that apparently may be out, or if it gets FDA approval, may be out pretty soon. But maybe we're taking like a pill that's going to allow us to continue to keep that weight off, because obesity is a disease. It's something that we're not asking for. We're just trying to do our best. Okay. So yeah, that's my goal, 25 pounds by the end of this year. I think I can do it. It's not it's one of those goals where I feel like it's not going to be super overwhelming, but I think it's going to help me stay focused too. So yeah, another thing that I did want to give an update on too is that I had like a list of things. It may have been like my second or third video that I did where I was like, you know what? Here's a list of things that I want to make sure that I can do as I'm losing weight. And these are going to be the things that are kind of like almost like bucket list items that I want to be able to accomplish as I'm losing weight. Now, I know it may seem small, it may seem crazy, but for me, it was a big deal. When we have like meetings at the workplace at my job, sometimes I would sit in those chairs, and I'm telling you, we'll be having a meeting for like an hour, 3 hours. We've had meetings for 5 hours in the same damn room. But I'm sitting in these chairs, and they are not the best for anyone who has large hips like I do. Man, let me tell you, we had a meeting that was like for 5 hours 2 weeks ago. And I can actually say that when I sat in those chairs, they were not super hugging on my hips. And I was actually able to sit in the chair comfortably without being in pain or having to constantly get up, move around, and get comfortable. I was actually able to sit in the chair, and it did not affect me much. That to me was like, it was like a mental thing, like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm losing weight, and this feels great that I can actually sit in this chair and not be in pain, because you don't want to tell the office, hey, could you give me another chair because my hips are too large for this chair. I'm just going to squeeze in here the best way I can and just be in pain for 5 hours. Something that I should be comfortable raising my voice on, but I did not. There are some people who are watching this that may be more comfortable in telling people, and you should be comfortable. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. You should be comfortable doing that. But me personally, I wasn't comfortable doing that. But I can say I was sitting in those chairs, and it felt great that the seats was not hugging me like they used to. The other thing is, summertime, getting clothes. I was like, I got to get something new this summer. So I was getting some shirts. I got like 2 pairs of pants, and I shop at the clothing store Torrid, Torrid. It's like a sister company to Lane Bryant, but I like Torrid better because they have like the newer style clothes. Not to say like the youngins are wearing it, but it's like newer style. Lane Bryant has slipped for me. They've slipped in regards to the selections that they have. I used to be at Lane Bryant all the time, and it wasn't because I had to shop there. It was just, it was what was around for me. But they used to have like some nicer clothes, especially like for business clothes. But now it's like, yeah, I really am not a fan, but I do love their store, Torrid, not only just for their clothes, but also their shoes too. And while I've been shopping there, I used to get like a size 5. But now I've gotten down to a size 4. So the size 5 is like sizes, I want to say it's like size 30 to 32. So I'm in a size 4 now. So that's like a size 26 to 28. And that's including my pants. So like my pants, like my tops, I've always been a size 4. I shouldn't say always, but at least maybe the past 20 years, I've been like a size 4 or a size 26, 28. But my pants, the bottom parts for me, pants, shorts, capris, I did go up to a size 30, 32. And that's really just to be able to hug around my butt and actually not see any cracks in my butt, just want to be able to cover everything up. So I was in a size 30, 32, but now I am comfortably in a size 26, 28. So for me, that was great news. So I am seeing that weight loss. Yeah, so hopefully this was good for you. Again, it was just a quick update letting you all know what's happening with me. Hadn't been on here since July, and I was like, you know what, we're going into September. I'm sitting at home, I'm not at work, let me just jump on here and say hi to everyone. So I hope you all are doing well. We are going into September. Fall season is coming. I absolutely love autumn. It's my favorite season out of the entire year because it's not hot. It's a nice temperature. Give me 60s, give me 70s, and I am great with that. And give me a nice sweater to wear with it too. But yeah, so that's all that's going on with me. I hope you all are doing well. I won't take as long to jump back on here again. And if you got anything that you want to share, please leave it in the comments. If you want to share this video with some of your friends or family members that are also in a weight loss journey, please do so. I appreciate that. And you all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.